The World Bank says that Malaysia needs to make it easier to get credit, enforce contracts and resolve insolvency in order to increase the ease of doing business. Analyst Victoria Ereshenko says that to improve the ease for businesses to obtain credit, Malaysia could look into the creation of an integrated legal framework for secured transactions. Ereshenko also points out that the country is still ranked lower versus other OECD countries in terms of time and cost to enforce a contract through the courts. According to reports, Malaysia had been ranked 12th among 190 economies in the World Bank's Doing Business 2020 report. This was an improvement from the previous year, where Malaysia had been ranked 15th. Maxis saw a 30% drop in its third quarter FY19 net profit to 358 million ringgit due to the loss of a wholesale agreement, an increase in investment for its enterprise, fibre, as well as for its customer experience. Service revenue for both its postpaid and prepaid segments also declined for the quarter. However, mitigating this somewhat was the growth in postpaid and home fibre subscribers. Overall, revenue for the quarter was fairly flat at 2.29 billion compared with 2.26 billion ringgit the year before. Despite the softer numbers, the telco still declared a tax-exempt dividend of 5 cents per share. CEO Gerhan Ut called its third quarter performance strong, with many positives across its business segments. He added that Maxis is already forging ahead with 5G and is committed to deploy as soon as spectrum becomes available. In addition, Gerhan said that Maxis is making good progress in its enterprise growth strategy with solid partnerships and continuing to build a strong home fibre base in line with the recently launched National Fiberization and Connectivity Plan. IOI Corp says there will be minimal impact to the group if India makes good on its threat to ban Malaysian palm oil, as the country is not a direct customer. MD and CEO Datuk Lee Yao Chaw says that while IOI does not sell direct to India, indirectly there may be a small percentage as the group sells to big traders who then subsequently sell to India. Currently, IOI mostly exports to Europe and the US. Lee says he is also unfazed by Europe's potential ban on palm oil, pointing out that the region makes up only 5% of the world's total palm oil consumption, or 3.5 million tons. IOI is also investing 230 million ringgit to expand its oleochemical production plant in Penang, which is expected to be completed in 2 years. This will increase the plant's capacity by 15%. Lee says that IOI is also eyeing new businesses such as biomass by looking at how the group can add value to it. IHH Healthcare says it has had discussions concerning the strategic direction of some of its investments in India, but that no definitive decisions had been made as of yet. In a statement to the board, IHH says that it constantly reviews and assesses the strategic direction of the group's investments. This statement was in response to reports that IHH was looking to sell 2 of its major assets in India at less than what it had bought in. The 2 assets were its 62% stake in Hyderabad-based Continental Hospitals and 74% in Global Hospitals. IHH says that any decision concerning its subsidiaries would have to be considered by the board. More than 60,000 e-hailing drivers nationwide have obtained their public service vehicle license as required by the Transport Ministry, Bernama reports. DG for the Road Transport Department, Datuk Sri Shaharuddin Khalid, says that the number of e-hailing drivers to pass the PSV theory test was expected to increase steadily by year-end as RTD steps up its efforts. According to Shaharuddin, the RTD has been aggressively carrying out registrations and conducting mass examinations for drivers so that it can expedite the process. He says that in Klang Valley alone, at least some 2,000 e-hailing drivers sit for the test weekly and response remains overwhelming. As such, he expects that by the end of the year, all e-hailing drivers will have a PSV license.